can you hear me? I think you should be able to hear me now. I had my microphone muted. Dave says yes. Hello, Vanessa. Hi, Dave. Sorry about that. I was turned around. Also, my camera is probably very flooded with light, but, you know, it's just how it be sometimes. Vanessa says, no, I can't. Ha ha ha. Okay, so I just kicked this, and I just want it to be straight. That's probably fine. We're not gonna mess with it too much, because it's possessed. Welcome to my living room. The rest of my living room that you never get to see. Welcome to a super weird weekday stream. We're gonna be working on this paper craft that I have been working on finishing for several weeks now. Hold on, I'm just gonna show the mock-up that we've been doing. I didn't pull it up beforehand, so give me 1 second. I turned around again, I know. Although most of you have probably already seen this who are in here, but for anyone watching the replay who hasn't, switch cameras really quick. So there is the mock-up that we have been working on for the past couple of weeks. I also know my screen is weird right now. It's fine, it's gonna go back to normal. So we're making this out of paper. I have the reference picture pulled up next to me on my iPad. I have everything cut and I am ready to go and I am super excited. Let's just switch on back. Paper craft. There we go. Who else is joining? Katarina is here. Hello, Katarina. How are you doing today? And Umacorn is here. Hello, Umacorn. How are you? Umacorn says, hey, late stream today. Late for me. It's late for me too. I'm a baby and a grandma. I'm also going to be really terrible at links today because I have to like stretch to reach them because of the way my setup is. So I apologize. Umacorn is a streamer. Check her out. Vanessa is also a streamer. Check her out. Okay, so I want to show you guys kind of what I have going on here. We have many pieces. Here's all the cloth pieces. There's a lot of them. I cut everything while I had no internet last weekend and was brooding and pouting because I had no internet. Here's the body. I can't get the tin open. There we go. Here is all of her head parts. They're in this little bag. And then we have, this is a little envelope full of really small parts that I don't want to like lose. Here is a piece of clear stuff for the head crystals that we talked about. There's the wing head parts, some of her hair. We have more cloth parts and stuff here. We have a sword. There's the sword. So we have many parts, many parts. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna put this to the side so I don't break anything. And then I want to show you guys the insane amount of, this is all her wings. All of this is her wings. Let me, while I'm thinking about it, give me 1 second while I am here. I'm gonna put a reference picture above me so that way anyone tuning in can like see what kind of madness we're working on. I just have to save out a really quick JPEG of this. I didn't think of this before the stream. I apologize. Just gonna save this to my desktop so it is easy to get to. Close that. Alright, I have a feeling OBS is gonna wig out for a second, so I apologize. Gonna add an image. I'm gonna call it Y because this is my life. Give me 1 second. Not available. I will fight you. Hang on. I'm sorry, I'm a hot mess. I don't mean to be, I just am. Really, just, can we just make this like 500? There we go. It was really, really large. Export. Sorry, everyone. Enjoy the side view of my face. There it is. Okay. Cancel. Browse. There we go. Okay. Hi, there's an entire giant picture covering my screen right now. We're fixing it. There it is. Okay, we're done. I feel content with life now. Sorry about that. Jack Watson is here. Hello, Jack, and RB is here. Hello, RB. How are you doing today? Thanks for popping in so late today, Jack. I know it's also semi-late for you. It's only 6:15, but it's late for me. I'm a grandma. I don't know what to tell you. Anyhow. So, wings. We have a lot of wings. We're not going to touch those today because that's a lot of work. We're going to touch those a different day. We're going to touch our head today because that's less work. Oh, before I continue, I also wanted to show you guys, this is like the tulle fabric that I was talking about. The tulle fabric, it's got some glitter in it, but not a lot anymore because it's old. I'm gonna stuff the crystal with this, and the crystal's gonna be on a black background. Or not a black background, a painted background with, there's a blue. And then there's the top part of the crystal. It's still in pieces, as you can see. And then there are fairy lights, super cool, that the tulle will go through, and I'm hoping that, like, they'll just sparkle and shine and do cool stuff, but that is not today's problem. Jack is at, oh wait, hold on. RB is saying, fine, thanks, how about you? I'm not together, but I'm good. So that's good. I'm glad you're doing good. Jack is asking, did you peep the Nintendo Direct? I did not yet. After my stream, we were making dinner while it was happening, and I thought about watching it, and then, like, I forgot. Was it good? You can spoil it. It's okay to spoil it. I know, I think Ryan said he was doing part of Nintendo Direct in his stream while he was drawing his hands. But like I said, we were making dinner and I was getting ready for this, so I didn't have, like, the time to get in there today. Okay, so, cool things. Head, head, forehead. Weird batwing ears. Some hair. I'm in a mood today. I've had a very long day at work and I'm in a goofy mood. I was in a tired mood about 15 minutes ago and then I started streaming and I'm like, all right, it's time to go. Randall is here. Hello, Randall. How are you doing today? Randall says, ooh, internet better today? Yes, the internet got fixed yesterday. And we managed to stay a whole night and a whole work day. Knock on, I don't have wood next to me, so we're just gonna knock on my desk. With, no issues. Aside from my mouse not really working today, that was rather irritating, but that was a separate issue. Okay, so I think we got all of our hair bits out of there. What's left in here is her shoes, parts of the sword, and then this, like, really blue material right here that my thumbs are pressing is, the head crystal. So that little blue thing on her head. Move that out of the way. Doop. And we're not gonna touch the fabric right now, or her sword. So I'm gonna move those out of the way as well. I have like a tin over this way that you guys can't see. But so while we're here, I just kind of, ooh, I gotta put these away. Scatterbrained. Randall says, oh, I thought there were more issues after yesterday. Glad to hear it's better. No, we had a tech come out yesterday. While I was in the middle of work because both of us were, like, sick of dealing with it. And ironically, we had, an outage in our area at the same time we were having internet issues. ironically. Okay, so we have all these fancy little strands. We are going to line up for ourselves. This is a very delicate process, so it's a very slow process. I actually forgot one. Hold on. We could give her a little mustache. This kind of looks like a mustache if you pull it out that way. I told you I'm in a mood today. We're gonna give her a mustache. I think I'm funny. I know I'm not. Okay, so you guys can kind of see how this is gonna line up. So this is gonna be the bottom of our head, and it's basically gonna get layered, like this. So she's gonna have some depth. And then I have her face here. And it lines up pretty perfect with her eyeballs. The Cricut did a really good job. I had to cut her head twice because I used the wrong pen the first time and her eyes turned into blobs and I was like, oops. Randa says, LMAO, you can't catch a break. The internet did not the internet was not about this life. Oh, that's the other thing I did. So I drew her eyebrows on the wrong layer. So now I have to get a piece of tracing paper and I have to trace her eyebrows onto the tracing paper and then transfer them onto like, I'm holding this the wrong way. I have to transfer them onto like this part of her head, but we're gonna not do that right now. It's gonna be a problem for another time. But there is her head put together, minus the eyebrows and her lips. Vanessa says, actually so glad I'm awake because I really want to watch this part live. I will be back tomorrow, I hope, and this weekend. It's going to be a process. There's going to be so much, so I will completely understand if you, like, miss this part. Here's a little mustache for her. Ooh. Anyhow. So then she has, I know pieces are, like, sliding around and stuff. That's okay. She has her hair, and then her hair gets a bunch of layers. And then these are, like, her weird batwing ears that, like, go behind her head, so... Anyhow. We have many wing parts that we need to figure out that are all layered, as promised. So I think the first thing we're gonna do is we are going to move her body out of the way. We're gonna take her head. I'm gonna pull up my reference picture because I have closed it on accident because I'm silly. I'm gonna just have my iPad pulled up next to me so I can physically see what I'm doing here. Oh, that's why. Okay, I see why her eyebrows painted on the wrong, or transferred onto the wrong layer. I have it layered backwards. Oops. Make sure I can still see the chat. Oh, so this little clear ring, I know it's really hard to see, is the part that like goes behind her head and her body that like the crystals will be stuck to. And the crystals are in here. But they're super tiny, that's why they're in here, and I don't want to lose them because I don't want to cut them again. So let's go. So let's start, we're not gonna start with our head. I've changed my mind. We're gonna start with the head wings because I need to start like mounting stuff on properly. It's an insane amount of work I've given myself. We're running out of room. There's more hair pieces. Oh, these actually might be, these are the bottom wing pieces, never mind. Okay. I don't know what glue stick is good anymore. That one. Perfect. We have colored pencils. We have alcohol markers. We have an insane amount. Let's see, Umacorn says, time for bed today. Have a great stream. We'll be back tomorrow. Thanks, Umacorn. Thanks for popping in. I will be back tomorrow. The replay is always available, like usual. And I'll be back this weekend. Okay, so I have this insane amount of foam dots that I bought. There are like 2,000 of them in this entire package. It's obscene. Okay. So what we're gonna do first is we're gonna take, I have a fancy metallic silver pencil that I think we're gonna use on the wings. Basically, these go like this. Actually, I think that is the proper amount of layers for this one. Does this one go in here? I don't think so. Oh, it might. No. Okay. So that is, I keep turning it upside down because that's how my camera used to be, and I forgot I changed it. So that is one layer for this. So basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna glue this first layer down, and we're gonna work upwards, and I need to be decisive for how I want to layer things, so if I want foam dots to be in between these or not, because it's going to make it really thick, which I think is going to be a problem. So for these, we're going to glue them down flat. So I'm just going to take it over to the side over here so I don't get glue anywhere it's not supposed to be, and I'm just going to apply the glue stick. Katarina says, I'm just now catching up with work. It's going to be a long night. And Irby is saying good night to Umacorn. I feel you, Katarina. I am, after the stream is over today, I'm going to relax. I had a very long day at work today. Okay. So the nice thing about this paper, which is kind of hard to tell in the camera, you can kind of see it, like, it's got a very reflective shininess to it, and it's really pretty, which is why I chose to do like the metallic silver for the shading. So did not mean to glue directly on that, but that's okay. Okay, so here all I'm gonna do is I'm going to yep. We're just gonna add a little bit of shading up through these wings like this. Yeah, you guys can see that it's kind of there. I'll hold it up to the camera in a bit. I don't want to use alcohol markers for this part because I don't want it to get, I don't want the color to really get all that muddled. I was gonna do a lot of the cutting process on stream, but my internet and everything, I decided not to. Okay, so if I hold that up, you can kind of see that a little bit better. You can see like the lines there. So that way when we layer on our next layer, there is a hint of shading in there. I know it's kind of hard to see because everything is white. Everything is white. Everything is white and everything is reflective. Okay. Add a bit of glue here, or an obscene amount of glue on accident. That's fine too. Where did I just put that? There it is. So that's nice and pressed down. Now we have 3 layers here of the wing. And then this is the part that will go like on top here. I actually have these really teeny parts here that I think, yeah, I meant for these to go in between here. But I just don't know that they're needed now. I think it's fine without them. They do add a nice touch. We can get that any closer. Yeah, there we go. You guys can kind of see. Maybe we will add that in selectively. Okay. I was watching a girl do a paper craft. It had to be like a month ago at this point now. More than that, like 2 months ago. She's one of my favorite paper craft artists. She does like a lot of people and stuff like this. I think she was doing it like streaming from her phone onto Instagram, and like everything, like she did very well and I could see everything very clearly, but I was just like, oh my goodness. Like I'd throw something if I had to do that. I'd be like, well, I'm out. No one's gonna see this process. I have no patience level. None. Okay. See, that kind of has like a nice hard edge to it. I think that's okay for now. We can blend it out a little bit. Right here, I think, just so it's not quite as heavy. Oh, I think I said this already. I have the background painted, but I left it across the room, like that way. So I'm not gonna get up and get it because I don't want to. It's the story of my life today. I just don't want to. Does anyone else have one of those days? You're just like, I'd rather not. No, I might not have to go through the whole process of using tracing and transfer paper either for her head. That part that I messed up the eyebrows on. I'm pretty sure I am confident enough to freehand them on. See that a little bit. It's funny, if I like hold it way up there, it catches the light really bad. Mohammed is here. Hello, Mohammed. Mohammed says, I like. Thank you very much. Thank you. Well, welcome to my paper craft stream. We're just hanging out, cutting paper, drawing on paper, gluing paper, assembling paper. Just a lot of paper. Dave, how goes the internet in the other room? How are you faring? I hadn't asked yet. Okay, we're just gonna take this very small piece here, and we're gonna add the shading. Oh, it's so tiny. Oh, it's cute though. I think we'll keep that. We're gonna mark where I need to glue it up here. Okay, so I just added a mark so I know where to glue that part. I should also probably not leave the glue stick open. Leaves glue stick open anyhow. It's fine. It's fine. Mohammed says thanks, and Dave says it's like Hank Hill, paper and paper accessories. Propane and propane accessories. You are correct. Mohammed is saying she loves what she does. I do, most days. Some days not so much. When it doesn't cooperate. Also, please enjoy my craft chic garbage bag. That is what I'm gluing on today. It has the scent of gain in it, so it smells really good. So I can smell good while I craft, I guess. David's saying, internet seems to be fine. You're streaming, I'm watching and playing PC games. Wow. Look at our internet go after a whole week of not going. Sorry, I know I'm off camera right now. I'm pinching this. I apologize. Look at that. We have a whole head wing done. So basically, let's see if I can get this to go in like a proper way. That goes down there. This goes behind that in some way, shape, or form. This goes over that. That goes over that. And then this goes over that. And then there's a bunch of little hair pieces in between all of that. We're going good. We're going good. I'm excited. Move that back out of the way. The body can go over there. Okay, so let's get the other. This is for her small wings. These wings have like 2 layers to them. We're just gonna move those up there with the rest of that hair. I insane need to organize as I work. I do that when I clean too. Insane need to organize. Like when I cook, I have to clean while I cook. Mohammed says good. Okay, this one we left blank. We're gonna stay with that. And then we're gonna glue. This one comes next, yeah. That one. Oh. Okay, phone. My app just crashed. Hold on. My camera will come back. Odari! Hello, Odari. How are you doing today? Odari says, hey, Sarah, surprise stream. I posted earlier in the week that I was going live. My app is completely crashed. Let's see if I can use, pardon my hands, just my camera app. Anyhow, I posted earlier in the week that I was going live, and, oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. Give me a second. You're just not gonna cooperate, are you? Okay. There we go. Oh, you can't see me now. Okay. My face camera has broken. Ugh. I hate you. Why is this like this? Hi, you guys can see my big face for a second. This is how this is gonna go. Done. Boom, you get to see my extended living room. Baby Yoda piled up on the couch. Anyhow, sorry. Oh, okay. Scrolling back up in chat. Let's pop this chat out so I can see more of it. Oh, now it's frozen. That's fine. Oh, I'm so sorry, everybody. Technical difficulties. Anyhow, catching back up on the chat, Jack is saying, we see you, but you're sideways. I think I fixed that. I should be normal ways now. My phone broke. I have an app that, like, was streaming, like, the picture of me, and now you're gonna see the other app, which is, like, watching my face. So sorry for the little square. I'm a mess. Wade is here. Hello, Wade. Wade is another streamer here on Behance. Wade, I was trying to say weekday and Wade at the same time. It didn't work. Wade says, weekday stream, hype. I never do weekday streams. This is why, because I'm a mess. And Mohammed is asking, do you design and cut it yourself? I absolutely do. We are cutting and designing what is above me in the screenshot right now, which is a character from one of my favorite games. Give me... That can go over there. Okay. Cut back on here. Glue back on here. But yes, I designed everything in Vector and Illustrator. I brought it into Photoshop and I added some very, very cheesy, very quick multiply overlay mode airbrushed shading so I could have like a quick mock-up reference of where everything needs to go. And then I sent everything to the design software on the Cricut and had it cut it. It's a whole process. If you're interested in it, I'm streaming this one from start to finish minus the cutting portion on the Cricut and the painting of the background on the piece of foam core because we had no internet for a week. Well, we did have internet, but it just disconnected every like 15 minutes. It was terrible. Jack is saying you're fixed now and laughing. Mohammed is saying nice design. And I think it will be more beautiful after completion. I hope so. I certainly hope so. I put an insane amount of work into this one. So I really wanted to push what I could do with like paper and stuff. So here we are. Also, since we seem to have an adequate amount of people here, since I don't do like a ton of paper crafting streams, if you guys have any suggestions on the setup, like it kind of be what it be right now, but if you have suggestions on the setup, that would be welcome and appreciated. So it's like easier for everybody to see and whatnot. I do the best I can on my own, but you know, the more people look in, the better. Mohammed, thank you for the follow. I can use my button. Do I have my button? I do. Thanks for the follow. Very appreciated. So all I'm doing right now is I'm taking just a metallic silver Prisma-colored pencil. You don't have to use Prismas. I've just had an entire case of Prismas sitting in my house since high school, basically. Because back before I learned how to digital art, this is how I would do things. I would use Prismacolor pencils and markers and pens and all that good stuff. And I really loved doing it when I was in high school, obviously, but like then you learn how to do digital art and you want to make a career out of it, you know, professional, all that stuff. So this is a good way to kind of merge those two things. Plus I've always found paper art like super fascinating, like layered paper art and stuff. This is going to be a lot more layered than it is right now, appearing right now, because everything's kind of flat, but I got foam dots and stuff to make it super layered. Okay, so there is another wing. So we have both wings. The game that this is for does fan art Mondays too, and they have a link that you can like submit your art to. So I definitely think when this is done, I'm gonna submit it. But not before then, because it doesn't really look like a whole lot. At the moment. Mohammed says, I'm still watching. I want to see the results. Good, I'm glad. I'm super glad. Sorry, I was looking about how I had that placed. That looks pretty good. We're just gonna mark on here really quick where that goes, like we did with the other one. Oh, this piece of paper that I keep grabbing also is just the backing for foam squares that I have without the foam squares on it, so I don't get glue all over the place. Because the glue tends to get like dirty. And then your fingers have like just dirt from throughout the day on them, and then since this is white, I don't want like the glue to pick up that dirt and then transfer onto the white cardstock. Though I'll honestly be surprised if I make it through this whole thing without like an oops of some form happening. Or having to recut something. Odari is asking if it's like wax paper. Yeah, kinda. It's just like shiny, like backing that like the foam stickies that like stick to. Well, thank you for the follow. I think that was Dark Hours. Is that what I saw? Yeah. Thank you for the follow if you are watching. Use my little button. Oh, Dari says, oh, I see. Cool. Yeah. So I apologize, the camera quality is not the best anymore and there's like a big black square around it, but I don't feel like taking the time right now in OBS to like cut around it. Or crop around it, not cut. See, Anthony is here. Hello, Anthony. How are you doing today? Anthony says, greetings, Sarah and everyone. I hope all are doing well. We're doing good today. Alright, so let's get the detail on these. Move those guys out of the way, up there. Ooh, no, I'm moving ahead of myself. Let's do the small wings first. I feel like that's not, I guess that would be correct. I might have omitted a layer on accident. Actually, these might actually be part of the other wings. I think they are. We're gonna leave those to the side. I think those are to the wings on her back. Yeah. Make sure all of that lines up properly. Oh, hello Adobe Live and Thumbs. Welcome to my crazy papercraft stream. See, Jack says you need colored lights and a photography setup for taking cool photos of these when you're done. Yeah, so I was thinking about that. During the last one that I did, I don't even remember what it was. Oh, I haven't posted it yet, but I did for Ryan Selvey's holiday special, I did like a little vector house and I made it into a paper craft afterwards and gave it to my parents for Christmas because it kind of looked like their house. It was really unintentional the way that it happened, but it worked out well. um so when I was making that, I'm like, I really need to like figure out a better way to like photograph these because I've just been using my phone so far and it's not it. But I know they sell on Amazon and they sell at like Joann's like little photography setups that would fit most of my paper crafts, like little light boxes and stuff. Um, Joann's is a craft store if like no one knows that. Okay, so there's two of the small ones. And Gareth is here. Hello, Gareth. How are you doing today? See, Anthony is saying, Sarah, I was wondering if you have done any three-dimensional work using paper. I have not. I think that it's really cool, though. I know what you're talking about. I have seen a lot of people get into that with like flowers and stuff, and so much as like sculpting with paper, basically. So they make like characters and stuff out of the paper that are in 3D, and like little scenes and stuff. Like, I think there is another paper artist on Behance. I think her name was Alicia. I haven't seen her in a while. I think that's what it was. But she does like a lot of really cool 3D paper stuff. Uh, I follow her. That I always thought was like super neat. But I have not ventured into like the 3D realm yet. The 3D realm. Ah. It's a silly stream today. I normally stream on the weekends, so we're just kind of rolling with whatever I give us today. I hope that answers your question, Anthony. Katarina is saying Adobe Live. Yes. It's always a good day when we get to see thumbs. It's always a good day when you have a working internet. Oh, I can't see the glare. Okay. It's a very small area, so I'm going very quiet for a moment. Sorry. me looking to see if my phone is still alive. So there's that layer. Anthony says, yes, thank you kindly. I really enjoy watching your process and appreciate you sharing your wonderful talents with us. Thank you. Thank you very much. I really love doing this, so it's a win-win. Okay, so there's that layer. There's that layer. Okay, and we'll just do a little bit of shading on this because it's such a small piece. It's going to be hard to get like a ton of pigment on it without like coloring the whole thing. Oopsie. It's a super delicate piece. Okay. So there are both of those. Okay, so now we have both of these. These actually connect behind her head. Are these in front or in back? They're behind. Okay. So these are going to connect behind her head like this, basically. And they are going to stick out of, so I don't know if I have the shape cut somewhere in here. Maybe. No, I don't think I have like the exact shape. It's cut, I just don't know where it is. Anyhow, there's gonna be those two big pieces of cloth that you can like see in the picture above me that like hover in front of her head, and those will definitely be like on their own separate layer. We have this guy. So let's add a little bit of detail to this. We're gonna put the wings aside. And basically this just looks like bat wings. I would tell you I want to know why she has bat wings on her head, but I don't. Final Fantasy. That's where she's from. Final Fantasy does some strange stuff with their characters sometimes. Not bad stuff, just strange. Like, they always end up looking super cool. Except for, I will say, I am not a fan of the weird Cthulhu-looking monster that they just put out for Stranger of Paradise, which is the new Final Fantasy game coming out. I don't even remember when that's coming out. I'm not excited for it, that's why. I love Final Fantasy, I'm just not super excited for that one. I'm not sold on it yet. I have to play it before I'm sold on it. But anyhow, he has like octopus like beard, head, hands. He just is like a giant human shaped octopus. I'm not a fan. It's creepy. But I guess that's like kind of the point, right? It's supposed to be creepy. I think he's a bad guy or a monster you're supposed to defeat. Okay, so we went in there and we kind of shaded the bat wings a little bit. You guys can see like the little shading that's there. I think I'm gonna take a second darker gray color and I'm gonna put a little bit more shading in there. It's not gonna be shiny metallic because I obviously only have one shiny metallic color. That's probably good. Oh. AVG, go away. We're streaming right now. Theodarius says, call me crazy, but I like to see how artists hold their pencil. Everyone holds it different when they draw. It fascinates me. Do I hold mine weird? Do I hold mine weird? It's just like that. I have like a weird little like callus lump on this finger from like the way I hold my pencil. My mom, she like holds hers like this or something. It's like she like holds it like super weird. It's like this or something when she's trying to like write or draw. Vanessa says, I have a weird pencil hold. I want to know now. I'm curious. And Anthony is saying, forgive me, I'm sure this question has been answered already, but what type of paper are you using? Is it like Bristol board? So it's cardstock. It's just big sheets of cardstock like this, just from the craft store. I know it's like really big. It's also what I'm working on. One side is textured and one side is smooth. You can actually see where I cut some shapes out there. There's some big shapes there. And the particular cardstock that I chose to use for her body is like, got this like nice pearl iridescent shine on it that you can kind of see. I just thought it would be super nice for the way that she actually looks. Mohammed says, do you have medicine for back pain? Because I'm like leaning over. No, I don't get back pain that bad. Most of the time. I get neck pain a lot. From sitting hunched over, but it's just, it's a product of the craft, I guess. There's not really much I can do about that. Unless I found a way to like have it like be either higher up or like sitting at an angle. I do have some Advil though. I could take some Advil. Speaking of this cardstock, like I said, it has one textured side and one non-textured side. I would have preferred to use the non-textured side for it, so like you probably can't see in the camera, but the textured side, obviously, it's got like little holes where like the colored pencil can't reach. But the other side of it is not shiny and iridescent, so I don't get that nice effect with it. Let's see, is it Mai? Is that how you pronounce that? Is it Mai or is it May? But welcome to the stream and hello. Sorry I'm a little slow getting there with the chat. Gareth is saying I hold it differently depending on if I'm doing a line work or shading. Yeah, that's fair. Sometimes if I'm shading, I'll hold it like this. If I'm doing some shading, it's more comfortable. So let's see. Vanessa is saying lefties always have a weird pen hold, right? Jack, are you left-handed? I can't remember. I feel like you're left-handed. I am right-handed. So, but I do remember in middle school we had a lefty and a, what was it? Yeah, we had a right-handed person and a left-handed person that sat next to each other, and they always bumped elbows. The whole class used to like get a kick out of that. Okay. Bat wings are done. We are going to very carefully sharpen this pencil. And then we're going to very carefully sharpen a regular pencil. And we're to the point where I need to draw on her eyebrows. So we have the eyebrows on this piece, which is not correct. They shouldn't be on this piece. They should be on the forehead piece, because if I put the forehead piece on here, her eyebrows get covered. So I need to fix that. So we are going to very carefully pencil them on. I feel like my whole head is in the frame, but it's not. And then we're just going to go over that with this Prismacolor pencil, because the Prismacolor pencil is a bit more permanent than a regular pencil is, and it'll make them a little bit darker. Also, it'll get rid of some of that reflectiveness of the actual pencil color. Okay, that's probably fine. All right. So Vanessa says, oh, Gareth is saying we have to hold the pen strangers. We have to avoid smudging the ink. And Vanessa says, yes, I can relate. Oh, to the middle school thing. I had to sit on the left, yeah, because the bumping elbows and stuff. Odaria is saying, cool tattoo. Thank you very much. It is, it's the little I love you symbol. I'm going to tell you a cute story about that. When I was on the bus, getting on the bus for kindergarten, for the first time, I panicked because I couldn't realize, I realized I couldn't say I love you through the window to my mom. So I just panicked and like went like that to her. So that's been a thing in our family. We all have matching ones now. It's family tattoo. Mohammed is asking, do you cut it by hand or do you have a shredder? I have a Cricut machine. So if you don't know what a Cricut machine is, just Google it. It's CRICUT. And that will cut it for me. So it is significantly less work on my end for the cutting, as I don't have that steady of a hand. Okay, so this goes here. All right. So we need to, one, put lips on her, which I'm going to hate. because it's such a small area. So weirdly enough, her lips are purple. Just gonna be super gentle about this. So that's kind of like a really bright, like mulberry kind of purple. And then I have like a purple. Have no fear, I just broke it. That boy is stuck in there. There we go. Maybe. Yeah. Broke it again. I have a Verithin Prisma colored pencil, and I don't have like a cutting knife for my colored pencils. That's good enough. I just have a pencil sharpener, which is not necessarily great for the colored pencils, but it be what it be, and it breaks them sometimes. Anyhow, to get the color correct, I just need to add a little bit of this like purple. So you guys can kind of, wrong way. Very hard to see, I know. It's very hard to see and make it like go and focus at the same time. It's kind of obnoxious. Okay, we're gonna move those aside. Time is it? Whew, it is 7:15 already. All right. So I don't think I'm gonna add any shading to her face. I originally planned on adding a little bit. I know I'm kind of skeptical about doing so. So I think for right now I'm gonna leave it as is, and then if I decide that I want to add the shading later, I will. We'll see. I am, however, going to add some shading to her hair. For that, I need, we'll just continue to use the silver, that's probably fine. I feel like I have a better, maybe not. I thought I had a better colored pencil sharpener. Evidently, I do not. Problem for another time. So for her hair, we want to make sure that it looks like it has some strands in it. That way it doesn't just look like a lump sitting on top of her head. And I'm doing this super light, so it's gonna be really hard to see, so give me a minute before I like pull away and show you guys. Give me just a second. I swear I'll stop bending over and I'll show you guys. Or leaning over, I should say. It's just so delicate. Oh, hey, Rin! Sorry, I was not paying attention to chat. Rin is here. Marina's saying hi, just popping in for a moment to say hey, and awesome that you're streaming this. Thanks, Rin. Thank you very much. Rin also says, but I must be off to cook dinner. I will be back in a bit if you're still around, but if not, I have to catch the replay. Thanks for popping in. I'll be back tomorrow and this weekend. But either way, thank you for popping in. Rin says, happy crafting, Sarah, and best wishes, everyone. Happy crafting indeed. RB says we just see the top of your head. Yeah, I'm sorry. It's like such a small piece. Anyhow, if we tilt this, I definitely need like a better setup for my paper craft streaming, but you guys can see like some of the detail in there. That kind of makes it look like hair. Mohammed is saying, I think it's like the Digital Heroes characters. I don't know what that is. What is that? Gonna add a little bit darker gray here. Okay. Be a little bit easier to see. Yeah, that's a bit easier to see for you guys. There we go. Okay. So that, and then we have pieces to assemble with that need the same treatment to them. Kind of do a base with this like metallic silver. I will be content if we can just get her head assembled to her body tonight. Well, for the most part. I don't know if I'm going to be able to assemble it all because of the work that I need to do on her body. That makes sense. Oops. Okay. Just gonna make sure that some of this hair has just a bit of depth on it. I think it'll just add a little bit of variety to it instead of it being like completely flat, like strands. There we go. You guys can see a little bit of that. I know it's not the clearest picture, I'm sorry. See, Mohammed says, what time do you have? It is currently 7:30 p.m. my time. Technically 7:26. So I'll be streaming for about another half hour and then I'll be done today and I will be back the same time tomorrow. I will be off Friday and then I will be streaming 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Saturday and Sunday, provided nothing goes wrong. Like my internet dying for a week. Okay. Before I continue this, give me my little itty bitty guy micron pens. We're going back to high school. Gonna do a little bit of work on these eyelashes. And then we're gonna put Sorry, I'm trying not to like lean too far, but it's such small details. My hand is casting a shadow. There we go. So this is like the world's teeniest pen ever. It's like 005. It's like the smallest one I think I've ever seen. See, Katarina says it's 1:27 for me. 1:27 a.m. Katarina? That's too late. I feel bad. Go to sleep. Yes. Katarina saying Gareth, we're from the future. Gareth is saying also hello from Thursday for me. And RB is saying, Gareth, you're here from the future. We're a bit down the road. And Vanessa is saying, breaking news, the world hasn't ended on Thursday. Well, that's a bonus. That's a plus. Okay. Let me just get, sorry, top of my head if it is poking into the screen. It's not. It kind of is. There's the top of my head. It's really just the smallest area I think I've ever seen in my life, so. I also think I just successfully killed this pen. Oh, nope, there it goes. Okay. See if we have a bigger one for that. Oh, it's pretty big. I don't want her eyes to turn into like smudge balls, so I was trying to make sure like the pupils stood out. I think we're good to glue that part on at the very least, so let's do that. Yeah. This is dangerous work. I'm nervous right now. I want to smear glue everywhere. I don't want to make it crooked. Ta-da! We did it, boys. We did it. Okay, so there we go. So we have her head. Like I said, that'll be layered like that. Gareth says, yeah, a little ahead of me, RB. I knew I shouldn't have stopped at the services. Katarina says, I can't go to sleep yet. Too much work to do, Katarina. And Mohammed is saying, are you going to finish installing today? Am I going to finish, like, doing this today? Probably not. I wish that I could, but I cannot. I work full-time on top of this, so I will be absolutely exhausted. Okay, we're going to come into my many thousands of colored pencils here. And we're going to pull this super light gray just to add a little bit of shading to her nose. Just a little bit, probably right around here. You know, we're probably going to have to go a little bit darker than that. Yep, we sure are. Okay. Can't see that. Let's try this one. guys probably can't see that. It makes the slightest bit of difference. I highly doubt you guys are going to be able to see that. No. But there is a small shadow like on her nose right here, so it kind of like makes it look like her nose is sticking out a little bit more than it would be by itself. Details in the pictures later. Details in the pictures. Mohammed says, okay, good night. See you tomorrow. We will see you tomorrow, Mohammed. And good night. I've been going for like another roughly 20 minutes. Let's see, we have, is it AA Basha? Is that how you pronounce that? They're in the stream. Hello, or in the chat, I should say. Thanks for joining today. Katarina is saying, things got out of my hands today. I just recently started catching up with work. I feel it. I do feel it. I get it. Okay. So, in this very annoying turn of events, we're going to have to assemble these separate from each other and then combine them. And I don't want to. I have to, but I don't want to. Okay, well, in we go. I say it's a very annoying turn of events, like I had no control over it. Is this the right one? Yes. I'm not the one who like chose to make this way in vector first. So I just am gluing those together like that, so there's some stability. So that's gonna be a hair strand. Well, part of her hair strands. And then, ooh, these actually curl inwards like this. That makes a lot more sense. So that's gonna go on top like that. And then it will stick out between her hair and the rest of her like that. that's gonna go between her head like that. Let's assemble this other side now. Let's see if I can mimic what I just did without messing it up. I think I need to make a button that says, oh no, I messed up. Just play some obnoxious sound whenever I mess up. And just smack the button. Ah! Got stuck to my finger! Oh. Boop, thanks Dave. Dave says tap my phone. My phone camera, my phone's gonna die. The plug is literally right next to my foot right now. Am I gonna reach down and plug it in? No. So, if my camera dies for like the next 10 minutes of the stream that's showing my face, don't worry about it. I promise I will have a functional camera tomorrow. Maybe. Oops. You can see it's starting to stick to my my hands really bad. This looks very creepy with no pupils, huh? Okay. So let's grab her body. And I don't want to commit to anything quite yet. Well, here. Let's get the bat wings first. We won't put the wings on her head yet. Let's go about there. Stop moving. It's a little wobbly, a little crooked, but you guys can kind of see how that's turning out. So it's got a ton of layers. I think we can go all in with this. I think we're okay to do that. Actually see if this other glue stick has more glue in it. Oh, Dave, we might need to go get more glue sticks. There is a top layer. Just need to move that up a smidge. Trying to position that correctly. Okay, so there is part of her hair. There is another part of her hair. We're gonna wait to glue the bat wings on. Okay. Give me a little dot. Actually, let's do 2 up here. So these are just little foam sticky dots. They have adhesive on both sides. And they're a little, like, they're stable. They're just a little less permanent than the glue. So when I'm putting down like layers like this, I don't have to worry about like it being stuck and me having to recut like a ton of new pieces. Or we are just gonna make sure that this is super stable so it doesn't like rip off. So make sure that this dot doesn't peek out of her chin at all. Okay. Great. Let's see if we can. This big glue stick has some more glue in it. Okay. Nerve-wracking. Okay, so you guys can see that there's a lot of layers going on there. What are you saying? I like that music. It is, I think it's just a Spotify playlist that's safe for streaming. It's Stream Beats by Harris Heller, I want to say is the name. Yes. Oh, Daria says that looks amazing. Thank you very much. So now that we have that done, we can go ahead, we can glue this on. There is no harm in gluing this on. It can get taken off with a little bit of heat if I present an issue with it. Or if it presents me an issue, I should say. Okay, so now we have that, and then behind that we will have these wings, which are not going to cooperate by any means right now. So there's that. I really don't know. I don't know where, I want to say like this is part of it. These are both part of it. And then this. And this. Very rough. Opposite way, okay. So then this kind of hovers over each half. Kind of like that. We'll be hovering over it. So this is going well. I'm afraid it's going well. And then behind all of that, there will be this little clear ring that I will tint blue with a little bit of paint. And that will be holding a whole bunch of crystals that like encircle the top of her head. So but yes, I'm super excited for how this is turning out right now. Super excited. Go ahead and kind of hide that. I have, what time is it? Oh, I'm about to end, so. I have fingers for her, so like when she actually like holds the sword, her finger will go over it. I don't actually know which one of these. That's this thumb. I think this is this thumb, yeah. And I have other fingers for her too, but I don't feel like pulling them out right now because it's kind of a pain. I have shoes. I have, so which way does this go on? Opposite way. So you guys can kind of see a little bit. just go something like this. I have to like look again to see how they get layered. I'm missing a piece that's still in the bag, but I don't feel like pulling it out right now. You guys can kind of see like how that'll all roughly line up in there. I even have like little decorations for the sword that kind of like roughly line up so her sword looks more like her sword. I have a little head crystal for her as well. Kind of getting out of control right now, but it's got more detail to it, but for right now, it's just fine how it is. Just roughly lay these back in here, even though they're not like exactly lining up right now. And then I have, she has like those giant pieces of cloth. I have more than one of them that like hang off the sides of her. That like will go underneath all of this. Not that way. That's the incorrect way, Sarah. Underneath all of that and like whatnot. So we're getting there. We are getting there. RB says that looks great now. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm very excited. Like beyond excited for this, which is why I was so adamant about streaming today and not missing another day. Go ahead and make sure we put all of our little pieces back together. The little sword can go over there. But anyhow, on that note, since I am pretty much out of time today, I'm not going to bother to start another piece of anything because this is so delicate and there's so many pieces and stuff and there's so many parts. But I got really far. I got about as far as I wanted to, and I'm super excited. So I'm going to wrap up and go to bed pretty much very soon. Just give out one more of what we did today. Excuse me. All right. So on that note, I just wanted to say thank you for everybody for being here today. Thank you, Adobe Live, for tuning in, and everyone who's stuck around to watch me on Adobe Live. Excuse the yellow square in my face. I'll fix that tomorrow. It's my phone camera. Katarina says, yep, it's taking shape. Gareth says, agree, it looks good. Anthony is saying, that is looking very good, Sarah. So much detail too. Thank you. I really wanted to add a lot of detail to this without getting like insane with it. And I'm super happy with how it's turning out. So thank you everybody who joined today on my super weird late night stream. Vanessa, Gareth, Anthony, Jack, RB, Odari, Mohammed, Katarina, Rin. Oh, scrolling all the way back up in the chat. Dave, thanks for modding. Umacorn, she left early because it's super late there. Randall. Just thank you everybody so very much. There's a low power mode on my phone again, so you can't see my face. But I will see you guys tomorrow. Goodbye, everybody. Give me a like, give me a follow. Check out the replays if you want to see this whole process from start to finish. Bye.